The live stream has started. Who's gonna stop? I'll applaud that.
Where's Margot?
Well, I didn't get it from Kara. I just said we might have said the same thing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That just made me.
I totally am engaged with you.
Black Box.
I think it's the default.
Yeah. But you
Like
can
the
do
next
it.
That did. I know, well, it was for 9:10, I don't know what happened, that's 25 minutes earlier. What are we doing?
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
No.
That's
Can you put the lights for me?
So actually, I'm just out for the games.
Jake, can you hit the lights for me? Can you hit the lights for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never want to actually back in forever. They're actually like my favorite, and I've been looking at them. And they're comfortable too. I think walk here with my brown skin and like it has no sugar. Should I leave? Are we like doing like rice for me? It'd be like my hair's gone. Oh, are we checking? Or not checking? We didn't check yesterday. Oh, I don't know. Wait, what I like say good.
I guess it is. It's, yes, it is cold. It is cold. To serve the purpose of waking me up.
I can't get it if I don't know. But like, look. Well, like, what's like makes more sense? Like, or just barging in.
Okay, lovely.
Well, just like don't close doors. Like, yeah. I'm just gonna have my socks on the floor. It makes it a messy. It's just the way. Would it make sense to have everybody on? No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Just,
In your house?
yeah, it was like apartment.
I don't know,
building.
like, do you want me to go away and then it locks itself, so she'd have to let me in, because I can't open it. Like,
Yeah, I think that's on brand for where you are in the play. Is it possible, is there a extension cord over there? From like the fans of business?
Like backstage.
Yeah, I just wanna see if we can actually light.
Like, literally, yes, like, Possibly there is.
Okay, great. Awesome. So, let's give us an opportunity to like use that lamp.
Oh, bruh. It's really short though. Always sweet.
I don't know, it's gonna work.
Jake, also we have a problem with lamp.
Oh, wait,
This will work.
this will literally definitely work.
It's being sent to go.
Hey!
I was like,
Yay! That's what we like. You like mine?
I like dancing.
Oh!
I'm sure.
Okay, no more. You got it. I got you. Yay.
My freedom.
I think I did.
I'm checking right now if there's audio,
Oh, this is not.
because it's live. Let's see. Yeah, there is. Wait, is there? Yeah, there is.
There it is?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, great. Hopefully you guys can still listen to the track for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, friends, let's play, shall we?
Behavior?
Yes, it's text. Okay, Paul. Martha, can you step out for a second? Okay. Helena. Yes. Tell me about WWHD. Somebody come to your apartment, and what's your first hypothetical? What's your first move?
What are you doing?
I
I come and talk to the person.
Yeah. Okay, you would talk to the person. If you can't talk to the person, what would you do?
Well, I guess, in this instance, I recognize her,
Okay,
even though I've never met her before. I know who she is.
Okay.
So, I guess I can't talk to her. Call the police.
Possibly, but right now when she enters, it feels still very much like a scene,
Okay.
rather than like somebody's coming into your house. And I'm just interested in the texture of that and
Okay.
like real life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just a thought. Let me talk to Marco.
Okay.
Hey, Marco. Yes, and for me, I'm interested in your character's POV on the world, right? How do you think she sees the world? A real question.
I think coming from her background,
Yeah.
she sees the world in this way where it's like if you work hard enough for anything, it can be yours because she's had a little bit of an upper hand.
Okay.
And I think she views herself in this position where she is a hard worker. I think Lydia is a hard worker.
Mhm.
It's just she's had it a lot easier than everyone else.
Mhm.
And so in her head, it's kind of this idealistic way of just going about life. Now, I think her struggles are different
Mhm.
than like that of Georgie's
Mhm.
in the sense where like it's like the idea of like having like ideas to uphold with your family and having these like notions that you have to keep up and like this facade of like, perfection that she's created for herself. I think that's where her struggle lies. It's just not as deep rooted and I guess real. I think it's real, not real, but like life threatening in a way.
Yeah. I hear you, Margo, and then I say, how do we make it life threatening? I still feel a sliver of separation between you and the character, just in the way that you describe the world. Does that make sense? As sort of like this ideal situation is still from your POV on her rather than her POV. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, what, okay. How do you translate it into yours?
I'm finding ways to relate to her, situationally.
Okay, but I'm saying, how do we translate the ideal POV on the world that she has into yours? With no judgment. And no comment on the ideal nature. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because right now, you're already like the POV that you have on Georgie is a level that is more grounded than how you see the character that you're playing, which is no bueno.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, how does her POV on the world become yours? Where her struggles are not less than, they're equal to and equally life-threatening.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So what are, tell me what are some, not necessarily the facade, because even the idea of facade makes her more plastic. No, okay, great.
I feel like
Makes her more plastic. Go ahead.
there's some aspects in my life though where I have gone through similar stuff to Lydia and I don't view it as fake. Like the whole like
So why do you view
I don't know.
Lydia as fake?
I think in comparison to Georgie,
Why are we doing that?
I don't know.
Right. Because when we're in real life and there was somebody in front of you on a day that you were struggling who said that your problems were small, I'm sure you would have a different perspective. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And this for me and you is the work of like you stepping closer and closer into the full embodiment of the character and a softening, right? The sort of director purview of what the play is doing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Which I think is just going to be a journey, right? And so I want to keep reflecting to you moments where I feel like we're slipping into. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because Margo, you can't fight for Lydia's like need if you don't believe in it. If there's a part of you that is already like minimizing it, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that's my first thought. Now you have to start in behavior, right? Unlike the raw imaginary relationship behavior, in this behavior, it's got to have an essence of the real world circumstance.
It feels so bizarre though, because I feel like there's no circumstance where Lydia would go straight to action instead of verbalizing stuff.
Okay, great. But if you can't verbalize, then tell me in behavior, what's the goal? For me, the goal is always some sort of connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think rather than coming in, I think knocking feels WWHD,
Yeah.
right? And it's less about getting her to like confront the issue when you come in, because you gotta make some more steps before you get there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And this friend is the elevation of behavior that we're moving into with blocking. Okay? So when you come in, right? Like if the goal is to tell me your B again. She's got a yeah.
For her to be from the future.
Okay, great. So when you come in, you gotta start with getting some sort of honest, non-confrontational connection based off your beat. Does that make sense? Yeah, because we're not coming in here sort of Perry Mason to get the truth anymore, right? It's your last refuge, right? So I need you to treat it like that in behavior. Does that make sense? So when you enter, let that be the thing that guides you in. Does that make sense? And you gotta be willing to give it. And that's the part that we didn't have last time. Right? So what is that you time? Right? So let's tweak it. And I think in behavior will be a little easier to do. Okay, let's play.
Listen, I don't know who you are, what you're doing here, but if you could just please get out or something, I can't do this right now. You know who I am. Okay, I know who you are, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I live here. You know what I mean. I can't. It's been great meeting you, but I have one for birthday, so you could just
Pause. How do we know when we're landing text? Anybody? How can you determine if you're getting a win from your other or not?
Reading the other.
Reading the other, how long? For how long when you play a tactic? When you play an impulse-based tactic, reading the other for how long? The whole time, suddenly, at the end. Does that make sense? So you're missing that element, Helena, of like, yes, you're attempting to land text, but if you're truly trying to land the text, you got to watch to see how the other person is receiving it. If not, it's halfway between a reactionary, like some reactionary energy versus landing it, right? To know that they get it or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, and so that is the hook in to landing. Friends, this is also when I tell you in an audition or etc. to play the tactic through, right? This is what that feels like, right? So this is now a physical indicator for you to internalize about what landing a tactic feels like in your other, in relationship to your other. Does that make sense? Great. So let's pick it up somewhere else. Give me a good line, Kendall.
No, what are you doing?
Okay, great. So, Margot, can we find some distance tactics?
Yeah.
Great, let's play. In behavior. Text.
I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but I can't do this right now.
What are you doing?
I live here.
Is it landing? Repeat.
I live here.
You know what I mean?
Look, it's been great meeting you, but I've had one ripper of a day, so if you could just please get out. I really
Land it.
So if you would just please get out, I would really appreciate it.
Don't talk to me about bad days.
Repeat.
Don't talk to me about bad days. Don't talk to me about
Listen.
bad days.
Repeat.
Don't talk to me about bad days.
Land it.
Don't talk to me about bad days. Don't talk to me about bad days. Don't talk to me about bad days.
Listen, I just.
Mine?
Listen.
No, you listen.
Pause. Okay, Margot. Triangulation.
Yeah,
Triangulation. Boom. Triangle.
Okay.
Yes. Boom. Triangle. Yes. Boom. Triangle. Yes. Don't feel like beholden to crisscross, right? Because you've got every angle of her body to play. Yes. You also have, because we have our really bomb here, you also have here. Right? So right now you're playing this plane when you actually have this plane, right? In all of the lighting space. And if you play here, you can cross in and also cross out, and we still have playtime. Does that make sense? Also, if you come here, you've got open space, right? You can even come here and still have playable space. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So don't get stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Let's pick it up again from somewhere. Helena, right now you're still running. And this is a very good note to track because you will deliver and then you will run, which is very similar to last year's Kayleen. Yes?
Yeah.
What do I mean by that? You will land and you will not linger to see if it's working. And the seeing if it's working is true vulnerability. Does that make sense? Yeah, because it's exposing as hell to have to linger to see how it lands. Because you've got cards to lose if it's not the way you want it to or not. And so because you landed about 3/4 of the way, you're playing safe.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah, great. So that's that hiding energy that I talked about with hair, etc. Does that make sense? From our one-on-one. Also, if I want someone to leave and I can't finish this if they're there, what are options?
Getting up and moving.
Getting up and moving, but it's your house, and if I can't do my work while someone's there, what is an option? And they're not leaving.
Showing them the door.
Would you? I don't understand why you are suffering in your own house. Listen, actually. You don't need a line to say get out to walk to the door,
Okay.
to cross to the door. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, is there another space here? A bedroom or whatever? Where is it? Okay, great. Is it this way? Because the kitchen is this way for coffee. Or is it?
Well, I mean,
I just want you to be clear.
okay.
If you want to exit in this living space, I want you to be able to, in real life, know where you're actually going.
Okay.
Right? You could cross out to the kitchen, you can cross to your bedroom, I don't care, but I need you to know in your head what the place represents in real life, because that will help with the impulse-based tactic to cross.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because you actually have an idea of where you're escaping to.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's pick it up somewhere good. Margot, the repetition here, I'm sorry, Kendall. The repetition that you gave, that's for playing to fight and finding your way into playing to win. And every time she gives silence, that is the subliminal me telling you to do something different. Don't wait on me to do it, right? Feel it. Know that her silence, if there's a line and she's not giving it, means it's not working. Let's pick it up somewhere good.
Well, of course I know who you are when you do.
Great.
If I just am supposed to be cut off, do I just keep babbling until I'm.
For the listen,
Yeah.
why do you think you're supposed to get cut off? Is it a
There's a listen and then a dash, and then my next line is just hey and a dash.
okay. So what then? You gotta keep repeating listen.
Okay.
You gotta keep repeating listen because there's something that's not landing where Margot is not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't want to pretend we talk over each other. We want it to be for real. Does that make sense? And it's very easy to do that with the tool of repetition. Okay? So the same thing to you. If she's not cutting you off where you're supposed to, you gotta repeat, listen, and make it work. Okay, great, let's play. Let's have a go on again, of
Well, of
course.
course I know who you are when you do.
Great. So, let's start in silence again, Margot, and behavior. And when you need to use the line, use it. Here we go. I'm gonna text her.
Okay. Of course I know who you are. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
I live here.
Great pause. Hey, what are you doing here? Lovely and pettiness, but what are you doing here is right in front of you. Does that make sense? Yes, so use it. Yes, everything in the space is here for you to use, right? To let it soak in to the scene. Don't let it be a separate occurrence. Everything in here. Does that make sense? You kick this boot. Yeah? When you put the boot up, it fell, you kicked it. Did it irritate you that it fell?
Yes.
Great, so why didn't you? Does that make sense? Like, honor that impulse from the loss, right? And right now, I feel like you're in the middle of like, should I or should not? You always should. You make the mistake, I'm here to correct it. If it is a mistake. Yes, you have to play the wrong tactic to get to the better tactic. So when you find yourself in your head going, this is right, you are, or having any kind of hesitation, you're actually getting yourself further from the tactic that's going to work. Does that make sense? So don't honor every impulse, and I'm here to side coach you out of what's not working. There is no wrong. There is no reason to be disappointed when I start to tweak what you got going on. Right? Let's pick up with the same thing.
Okay, look, I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but if you could just get out, I would really appreciate it.
Don't believe it.
Look, I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but if you could just get out, I would really appreciate it. What are you doing here? I live here. You know that. Look, okay, I can't do this right now. I've had one gripper of the day, so if you could just please leave me alone, that would be great. Don't talk to me about bad days, okay? Don't talk to me about bad days. Listen, okay? Listen. No. You listen.
Repeat.
You listen.
Is it working? No.
You listen. I don't know who you are. You know, you and I have never met, but you
I just keep winning.
But you are wreaking
Don't lose
havoc.
her. Don't lose her.
You are wreaking havoc on my life. You know, at first, I admired Andrew's interest in your welfare. He cares about
Is it
people.
working? Or you lost her?
He cares about people. He truly cares.
Not connecting.
He truly cares.
Something different.
He truly cares. And I think that is so wonderful.
Is it working?
I think that is so wonderful.
Nope.
I think that is so wonderful. But over the last few months, I have grown increasingly less interested in his interests. Not only do I have to listen to him talk about you incessantly anytime I come over for
Don't lose
dinner
her. Don't
or
lose
to
her.
spend the night, but guess what? I'm bombarded by you. I am bombarded by you. When you come home late at night, we hear your little heels clicking on the ceiling while we're laying in bed. And guess what? I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this. For the past 2 months, every single time I spend the night here, I am under the distinct impression that I'm sleeping with not one, but 2 people. Andrew and yourself. Now listen, I don't know what happened between you and Andrew,
Nothing. Well, excuse me, but that is clearly not the case. And I want you out of my life. Is that understood?
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't care. I'll find you a new apartment, a better apartment. It would be my pleasure.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I've had a really long day, and if I get mad one more time, I think I might die from it. So can you just
Land
sit down? Can I get you a cup of tea or something? A cup of tea? Anything? Something? Please?
Is that tequila?
Yes.
I'll have tequila. Thanks. It's an interesting outfit you have on. I guess men really do like that sort of thing, don't they? You know, I'd like to think that a few of them are above it, maybe one or two, but that just doesn't seem to be the case.
Pause. Okay, Margot, you hear me talk a lot about weapons. Yeah, right now, you've been pretty heavy-handed in your weapons for the majority of the earlier monologue into this moment. And I think that you have to increase your receptors to take in the input of whether or not that approach is working or not. Yeah, and I think there is a little bit of, I don't wanna say marriage, but some stickiness to how this monologue should come off, or the tone of it that is keeping you locked into something rather than open enough to change, right? So at some point in time, you had the book, let me see the book, and Helena came in to grab the book, and you put the book behind your back, but nothing changed in the language, right? There was no bending of the text to acknowledge that happened. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm talking to you now, you try to take the book, and I said, so what I'm saying, does that make sense? Yeah. So open up those receptors more to everything that is happening. Over here, when you had a win over here where you actually connected, and then the crossing was motivated, but very little, like once she turned away, very few things changed from the cross all the way. Does that make sense? You gotta register that you gotta do something different intra-line, right?
Yeah.
So my note moving forward is how can you only use Helena to determine what and how you say.
Okay.
Whatever you say. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So her every move, and you have a need to be clocking her every move, right? So she gave you the tequila, and you said that you had the tequila. It was a win, right? The thank you, there was like some sort of olive branch that happened, and you doubled down into losing tactic, right? And or antagonistic tactic, but the moment before was out to win. Does that make sense? And this is gonna be a tricky scene because on the page it's a fight. I don't want to see a fight. And you all have to divorce yourself from any fighting ideas, right, that you have connected to the scene. It is not a fight, right? If you honor your B, Margot, it has the possibility to be so nuanced. Yeah, so I'm interested in a couple things moving forward. How much can we be in the deficit when you come in here needing her, right? And how do we increase that? I think the key to it is making Lydia's perspective yours.
Yeah.
And also this idea that we talked about with, what's his name?
Andrew.
Andrew. And like how like what we need to craft for you, that he's not just XYZ savior, but also
Yeah.
right? And that's gonna be a lot of work for you because you're gonna have to dig till it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't make sense here, it makes sense here, you're not gonna stick to it. It's not gonna have you be hurt. So you actually have to outwit and outsmart yourself, right? To figure out that one thing that makes you vulnerable in that way to still want to be with someone. I think there's something to do with the baby and whatever like perspective you have about raising children by yourself. But I think we also need to find something that is born out of past relationships. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Because that's just gonna help like iron the petty out of this. Does that make sense? And it's just smokiness. It's not a negative thing. It's like right now, when you have the opportunity to go either way, we're still leaning sometimes into the pettiness or the correction or the right.
It's the safety net. Right.
And it feels good.
Yeah.
Yep. And so now I want to work towards what feels uncomfortable and to sit in it and let the discomfort spark the next tactic.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. As we work, I'll continue to help shape that, but just so you know, that's the sweet spot that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's going to, you're gonna need to rewire your drug. Meaning the drug of I got her on or I got her now, I need that to be less of a high, right? And more of the I don't know what to do being actually the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a tricky inversion that we're doing, right? But it's the complete opposite of what we've been working for. Does that make sense? And so let's see the next time we work what that feels and looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, some crosses and things that do work for me. The book business doesn't feel too outside of the craziness. Yeah. I like the cross to the kitchen, right? For the tea. For me and my money, Helena, though, you knew the tequila was coming.
Yeah.
What is the last thing that you would think that she would want?
Tequila.
Okay, great. So for me, when she hit you with the tequila, it was like, oh yeah, let's go back to the scene. If I wonder if you completely crossed out of the kitchen, tea or something, whatever, and you don't hear her, and you have to come back, right? So really commit to the tea, the tequila will be a surprise.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Friends, when that happens, you've got to commit to the other thing completely, and I promise those things will always hit you by surprise. Make sense? Lovely. Okay, great. Now, one of the things with the tequila is she offers tequila, you come over here. Just a thought. Do you need a shot of tequila as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, right? Let's get another shot glass in here just for another option, right? Because right now, I feel like you are dealing with the frustration in a dramatic way rather than honoring WWHD, which is when I'm dealing with the frustration, I don't want to lean into the frustration. I want to do what? Go away and or soothe myself and or, right, fix this crazy situation. And right now, you are suffering in the frustration rather than always trying to fix it. Because I wonder if you were trying to fix it, not just for her, but for you, would you have the impulse to give her a shot? But do you know what I'm saying? Like, can we just, because the shot is not the text. The shot is a peace offering. Can you chill so I can chill? And if I have to do this, can we do it civil? Can we do it the least absolutely painful way possible? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that my sensibilities go, do we know what we're doing once we get past having to confront, like being confronted?
Okay.
And that's what I don't know. And that's what's not clicking for me. So I think, Helena, my note for you is right now you're getting caught in the tornado of frustration with very little pivots. Yes? What do I mean by pivot? Pivot is something that you do after you play a tactic all the way through and you realize it's not working. You pivot to find something different, right? And you've got to figure out how to receive the loss of the frustration that she is giving you and pivot. And for you, Margot, I think some pivoting is also necessary for any time she takes her eyes off of you. Like for you, it's a lot easier. You do not move without full body, without her taking you in, because your stakes are really high. Does that make sense? So you gotta stop settling for less than, and when you feel less than, pivot, and a pivot can happen in the middle of a word. So don't let that trip you up, right? Text bending can happen on a syllable. Does this make sense? Any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? Okay, so good crossing that is happening. Yeah, I don't know how much I like the cross out here. Yeah, for some reason it feels like a petty cross rather than a cross to get something. Does that make sense? Or distance to prove points, or does that make sense? Also, there's something in here that I'm just interested in.
Yeah, that's what we
Makes sense. Okay, great. So, Helena, also, can you have a timer here? Or something to keep time?
Yeah.
So that you can stay connected to? Yeah, because if you're going to deal with her, right, I want you to be able to see the time and be like, all right, you got 5 minutes to take your shot. What's up?
Okay.
Does that make sense? And so that's what you're going to get to in the pivot. The pivot also, for me, really feels like a new line to play.
Okay.
Right? It's like, again, I don't know. I told you, I think I asked you guys to watch the episode of The Cosby Show with the challenge line. I don't know how many people actually went to watch that. Okay, great. But it is like a line in the sand. And that's what I want you to think. That's how I want you to treat all of your pivots. As though you're landing the tactic and it doesn't work. And then you say, what? Hey, listen. Okay? What? Coffee tea. Do you see how much when I decide to land and / pivot, how linked I am into reading her behavior?
Okay.
That is not hard.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You've got to get that in your system. Yeah, because for you right now, I think it is the reactionary feelings that come very easy and they're believable because you're actually feel like you're actually being pulled right now. That is more of the idea of like acting than the pivot.
Yeah.
And I think you have both of those muscles. Okay. Equally strong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That pivot energy, it lives and we belong, but we have to pivot to do something different. Does that make sense? It has. And you know how to do defense. I need you to be on offense.
Okay.
The T-line is offense.
Okay.
Right? It's the beginning of offense. But you're cheating a little bit because the script gives you that. Look at other ways that you can be on offense too.
Okay.
Right? And almost the defense happens in the pinch. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not separate. It's not like the bell will go on defense. It's offense, defense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, who's next? Let's play.
we'll couch over this. You guys have alcohol.
11. 11:03. I've got Angel and who's on deck after Angels?
Rachel for left.
Okay, great.
Oh, wait, you're
You also did.
These are just. Yeah. I'm just gonna put.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Here.
Do you guys have a lamp as well?
Like,
Can I go by the couch or by the chair? Do you have it by the couch or by the chair?
it's by the chair.
On that side?
Yes.
Do you guys want that more in?
Unless it's not.
It's kind of a little bit numb.
Same. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going so much higher. Let's see what's going to happen. Friends, I spent a little bit more time on Spike Hill, similarly to what I will do with Children's Hour as well. It's just my first pass at working at the scene. So it just takes a little bit more, mining. But I will be able to stay on time. Yeah. Okay, just remind me of your B, Abby.
Yes, I need him to confide in,
Okay, or else.
or else my senses will be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I wonder, Abby, if we can tweak that, to, if we could tweak that, so that it's about him allowing you to be his partner. Does that make sense? Tell me your B again.
To confide in me.
Yeah. I think it's even more than that. I think if y'all are gonna tackle this thing, you're gonna have to tackle it together.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So confide is just one part
yeah,
of the bigger, does that make sense?
Yes.
And I think it can lead all the way into allowing, like, needing him to allow you to help save your collective lives.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I really do think that that's not a leap in this situation. And so can you, add that right now, in draft, to, meditate on further for
Yes.
next time we work?
yes.
Okay, great.
Are we starting with behaviors?
Yes, please. Let me talk to Ariane just quickly. Hi,
Hello.
please talk to me about your B.
My B is I need her to prove that my dream is real.
Okay? Yeah, we'll talk about this. Okay, great. And your relationship with the medicine is?
So I know that she's taking the pills,
Mm-hmm.
and I've told her many times to stop. I've gotten her to stop before,
Mm-hmm.
but because of the circumstances that have just happened,
Yeah.
I know that she's very vulnerable to be taking these pills.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Take a step back, Ari. Great. Jay, can you give me some more spotlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we'll win more when they focus for jurors. Right now, I just want you to, let's move this up a little bit more, just to honor that center line. Okay, there we go. And Jake's gonna bump up some lights. Perfecto. Let me do this. That'll give us a little private space. Okay, let's play. We'll start in behavior.
Okay.
And I'll give you text. You expecting him?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been waiting for.
Okay, great. This is random. Text.
Where were you?
Out.
Where?
Just out. Thinking. I was just out. I was
It's
thinking.
late.
I had a lot to think about.
It's late. It's late. It's late.
I had a lot to think
I burned dinner.
Sorry. Sorry.
Not my dinner. My dinner was fine. Your dinner. Your dinner. I put it back in the oven, and I turned it up as high as it could go, and I watched it till it burned black. It's still hot. Very hot. Want it? Want it?
You didn't have to.
I know! It just seems like the kind of thing a mentally deranged, sex-starved, pill-popping housewife would do.
She walked away.
It just seems like the kind of thing a mentally deranged, sex-starved, pill-popping housewife would do. So, I did it.
How many pills?
A bunch.
How many pills? Abby, how many pills? How many pills?
A bunch. Don't change the subject.
I can't talk to you like this.
No, stop! No! 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 The pills, they're problem. They're not the problem. Not our problem. I want you to know. They're not the problem. Not our problem. I want to know where you've been. I want to know what's going on. What's going on?
Going on with what? The job?
Not the job.
I said I need more time.
Not
I
the
spoke
job.
to Mr. Cohen on the
Not
phone, and he told me I need to hurry. He told me I need to hurry. Mr. Cohen, I spoke to him on
Not
the
the
phone.
job.
Then what? Then
Shut up! Shut up!
Then what? What?
Stick to the subject.
I do not know what that is. If you have something to ask me, ask me. Go.
I can't! I'm scared of you.
I am tired. I'm tired. Abby. I am so tired. I'm going to bed.
Just
I'm going to bed.
Just tell me.
Grandpa, where's bed? We sure?
That way.
Aha! Yeah. So, friends, again, with spatial awareness, you got to have it living in you, or else it's gonna catch you and pretend when you're actually trying to get out of here. Does that make sense? Okay, so, some good things cooking, yeah. Also, a lot of repetition of some things physically that I'm interested in how we can break this up. Yeah, so, tell me, okay, what I will promise to do is deeply think about the medicine and wonder if it's working as an activity. That's what I need to do, and I need to do it really quickly for the next time you work, right? Which might not be with me, which might be with one of the TAs to continue the locking. So Abby, for me, I need you to have things to do so that every time you are sitting here in the beginning and he doesn't show up, every second he doesn't show up, you actually have something physically to do, right? Rather than the stage wait.
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah, does that make sense? I think it's just gonna keep you honest. And when I sit here and I wait and I look at the door and he's not here, then I do something. Does that make sense? And that is gonna invite more blocking. Does that make sense? Maybe the light starts off, right? We talked about like having one pill bottle. Do you pop a pill? Like, do you know what I'm saying? And it's all based on that door not opening, right? And I'm gonna give you things to actually act on, so you don't have to pretend to act like you're waiting.
Okay.
Okay? Because what do we do when we wait?
We like do other things.
Yeah, we try to soothe what, Helena? What do we try to soothe? The frustration of waiting, right? Very few of us, except when we're acting, go. I'm trying to remember if I ever have really done that in real life. And just right now in this moment, I can really honestly say I don't think I've ever waited on someone like this. But you put me on the stage and you tell me to wait for someone, it's the thing I'm going to do. Does that make sense? Okay, lovely. So let's track that. So this is interesting for me about having this as additional place to check and to look for something. I think I need you to have some books, and I need you to remind me to give you my Shakespeare book as a Bible. Okay? I need some spiritual elements, and I need you to endow them, Arian, with whatever you need to believe that they can help fix this problem. Does that make sense? Because I think you just need more things to use to fix Abby.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? This is a really lovely moment once.
Yeah.
Okay? What are other ways that we can use the moment to land the moments that you actually landed, which were great to me? How can we? What are other ways we can land without doing this? Does that make sense? There is this, right? There is turn for me. There is this, right? That like, does that make sense? So I'm interested in you guys doing some sort of contact improv, like in between, like working next time, just to have more, just to like really to have bodies interacting to just to see.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? How do you feel about your activation?
I feel super, I'm stuck between my activity and my, I feel like
Yeah, that's the point.
they both are working towards the same thing, and I'm like, I feel like
Because you feel like they're not.
I feel like they are, but
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah, and that's what we watch.
okay.
That's what we want to watch. Does that make sense? And Abby is doing a good job of like disrupting whatever your activity is, and that's also the way that should work. Yeah. Some good things. I still want you to think about dropping your voice. That shut up was like, yeah. That shut up was like everybody in the room shut up. Great, me included. I was like, man, you better shut up. So I think how you guys are using repetition to serve is good. From my understanding right now, Abby, you're using repetition when you don't believe him as well, which I think is working. Does that make sense? So even if he gives you a line, the right line, I see you still repeating the former line, and for me, that is a great way to call him out on bullshit, to make you earn, right? And you really didn't have to land whatever is next. Does that make sense? So this is working. What is not working for me is the variety of places to cross to and ways of landing. Does that make sense? From how I perceive, you're activated. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And really good job for like taking the note of like moving through the polite Abby to like the undeniable, right? And really using him to read everything he's doing to let that motivate what you're going to say. There was one time here that it got lazy for me, and this is the dinner line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you want dinner, I made it. Halfway through that, you got a little sloppy with trying to keep him connected, and he crossed out.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And I go, well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, similar to the bedroom. If you say I'm tired, get out of there.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because what you're trying to do is similar to what I'm telling Helena about like, done. Fix by saying I'm done.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And then she'll have to, if she wants to continue the conversation, figure that out.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You also, I think we need to have some kitchen stuff, maybe like a mitt or something. Yeah. And whatever the kitchen is, because that will also open you up to, I made dinner. No, I made dinner. Do you want it? Do you want it? Because that might be your dinner, which will open you up and then give you a cross if he's still connected. Yeah. I think too, we have to get more angles with our furniture, right? Because you guys are getting caught on this plane and playing behind the furniture way too much. Yes? So good tracks that I see you taking is coming in. The triangle around the couch really serves. Does that make sense? Opening up that triangle down to here serves. You can cross up to here, also cross down to here. Does that make sense? And see each other here. Yeah. And or the little tete-a-tete here, dead center, which is where I stopped you, is working. But you cannot, but once you get here dead center, it loses its gusto because you've been here before. Does that make sense? So I want to give you guys another note, is that you can know, like, once you land a tactic with a certain physicality, it loses. You gotta do something else, right? Don't let your body trick you into saying this is landing, because once you repeat it, it's always landing less and less than the first time you did it. Does that make sense? Great. So, let's pick it up from where do we leave off, Kendall?
We left off at stick to the subject.
Okay, what's next?
I don't know what that is. You have something you want to ask me?
Okay, great. Let's go back. Can you give me the line before I'm tired? Abby's line?
I can't. I'm scared.
Did we say that?
Yes.
You did?
When I was like, my back was to you guys.
Oh. Okay, give me the line before I can't. I'm scared of you. It's ask me again?
Yeah, you have something you want to ask me.
Great. Let's do that. Let's start in behavior. And when you need to say the line, you say it. Okay, great. Let's do it. And we're still picking up with medicine, looking for the medicine.
You have something you want to ask me? Ask me.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe you.
Keep searching. Let me say this. You gotta try to find at least one medicine bottle before you get that line.
Okay.
And I just to give you the scoreboard, you're at 0.
Yep.
All right.
Abby, if you have something you want to ask me, then ask me. Go.
I can't. I can't. I'm scared of you.
You're scared.
Cross-eyed.
You're scared of me? You're scared.
Just tell me. Without making me ask. Please.
Line. This is crazy. This is crazy. Abby, this is crazy. I'm not going to.
When you walk through the door at night, your face is never exactly the way I remember it. I get surprised by something mean and hard about the way that you look.
Keep working at me.
Just even the way that you in bed at night, the way you breathe in your sleep seems unfamiliar. You terrify me. You terrify me. You terrify me. You terrify me. You seem unfamiliar. You terrify me.
I know who you are.
Yes. I'm the enemy. That's easy.
Great pause. I hate y'all. I really do. Y'all are the peanut gallery. It's Apple. It could break. It's totally fine. It's really not fine, but I'll figure it out. Okay, great. So the moment I'm stopping on is a very good, happy accident. okay? Where the finding of the pills also was at the very spot where he could use those pills as a tactic. It is also a very happy accident that we will try our hardest never to recreate, but we also know that it is a weapon if it ever happens again. Does that make sense? If we wanted to recreate it, then it would. What is this?
There's like a lot of stuff buried in this couch.
That's kind of gross, because I don't want to know what else is buried. Okay, great. Oh, lovely. It's a feather. It's a strap. Okay, great. All of these things. This moment here is really nice. It's really nice. The turn of the chair was a really good impulse-based like maneuver. Lovely. My only note in the second, in the second chunk is how do we not hide behind the furniture? And I think that this is a little bit of polite and it's a little bit of hiding, where you both feel most comfortable revealing behind a piece of furniture. So that means to me that I need you guys to set up your space at some point in time and really run triangles in front of the furniture so that you can just get more comfortable with having these very connected exchanges closer to us. Does that make sense? And maybe we push the furniture back a little bit to give you more room and the playing space more centrally located, so it feels less like you're so close to us too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's go back and watch this and track, like the chair moment for me is something that I'm interested in us like finding motivation, not to recreate, but a version of that really serves. You on the cross out, where I'm afraid of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love for that to be motivated from landing, I'm afraid of you, and getting no change from him, right? And needing to get out of there because the fact that that doesn't do anything to him that you want it to justifies that he is somebody that you should be afraid of.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so right now it was motivated by me, but I wonder if you can read something in him to motivate the cross out of there, which will then at least keep you guys being able to play in this corner now, which I think is a nice change from this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm getting messed up because I keep kind of just chasing him around this space. Because I think part of me needs to go back and look like my wins and losses in him, and I think a lot of I think, like contact and connection, and I think sometimes I think I just need to do it more, even if I'm not getting a win in him. So,
Well, I think going in to find more winning connection.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think you've got to on your list, right? I think you also need to figure out like your impulse-based tactics. You need to inform yourself of what's yes and.
Yeah.
So I get this. What else? Yes and. Does that make sense? I think you need to have create like an evolution of connection for yourself, so your brain, so you just inform your brain and have more places to go.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
that make
I
sense?
think that's why I'm getting like it's kind of weird like that. Like he just like following.
I'm also interested in the similar note that I gave Margot. It's like, how do we find power, strength, and activation, Abby, in distance? Does that make sense? Yeah. And I think as particularly this is a note for women in scene work, especially these stronger women, like distance can also bring a level of authority, right? And that's something that I want you to find. It's awkward because it's a subtle difference between like distance to play a moment versus distance to actually establish power. Does that make sense? And it's something that everybody's gonna have to organically find for themselves. So, try it and then be okay if I have to side coach you through it, right? For you to find what it looks like for you.
You're not much, so.
Oh, I remember.
Like that. Like diagonal.
No, we're that way.
It's still inside.
Oh, no, that's really upset.
Okay, we need to close.
That's gonna be, that's blocked like this. It's just like the way we're Well, when
Do you have chalk?
B. Nope.
No, we don't.
Doggone
Do we
it.
have
Do you have
teeth?
tape?
Check in the bin. I have chocolates in my office. Oh, I have a Jake on it. Maybe some masking tape over there?
No.
Oh, I thought you were looking for teeth.
No, wait, I am looking at the tape, but there is no tape.
I got teeth.
Oh, great.
Yay.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, that's my right. In my office. Oh, yeah, why not, duh. And you look and see, like, it's in my little flat.
That's good.
This thing?
Oh, you see keys?
Do I?
No, okay, then it's a lie.
Maybe I didn't, maybe I just.
There's
Kind of happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is all we have left. So I'm just gonna, like, That's good. We'll just remember.
Whatever.
And if it's not on the right, well, actually, it's not, it's on the left.
Okay.
It's like 6 on the left.
Okay.
Okay, so pull out the middle drawer and then, okay, great. Okay, my friend, just put these,
Yes.
okay.
I need him to be 100% in.
Okay, or leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything that I know to be true is false.
Okay. I assume you know what real world connection you're making. Okay, great. Asante B.
So let me back into it.
Okay, great. And you worked out the C so that it is in, okay, great, let's play. Let's start in behavior. Again, I'm gonna give you the same note that I gave, Helena and Margot about like, yes, you're coming in, but this is not your space, right? And WWHD. Just remember what humans do. Okay, text.
You want me to leave?
No.
What do you want then? What do you want then?
You smell.
been driving for days.
Your fingers smell.
Horses.
Pussy.
Yeah, okay.
They smell like metal.
Blended.
They smell like metal.
Please don't start this shit.
Rich pussy. Very fucking clean.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure?
Yeah, sure.
Sure?
Sure.
What? Sure? Sure! Sure!
I came all this way to take care of you.
I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you.
Alright.
Don't go.
I'm going.
Don't go! Salty!
What do you
Don't
want then?
go!
What do you want then? What do you want then?
You know!
What do you want from me?
You
What do you want
know!
from me?
You're going to erase me.
What are you? What are you talking about?
You're either gonna erase me or have me erased.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm in the way.
Why would you? Don't be stupid.
I am smarter than you are and you know it. I can smell your thoughts before you even think them.
Lie.
Meg, I'm trying to take care of you.
Hey, I'm trying to take care of you.
No, you're not. You're just guilty. You are guilty. Gutless and guilty.
Great.
I'm gonna kill her, you know.
Only get text if you're gonna land it.
I am going to kill her.
Who?
Who?
Don't talk like that.
I am. I'm gonna kill her, and then I'm gonna kill you. Systematically. With 2 knives. 2 separate knives so the blood doesn't mix. I'm gonna torture her first, though. Not you. I'm just gonna let you have it. Right in the midst of a kiss. Right when you think you've got, yeah, right when you think you've gotten me buffaloed. That's when you'll die.
Do you know how many miles I drove just to take care of you? Do you know how many miles I drove just to take care of you?
Lion,
Nobody asked you.
nobody asked you to come.
2,420.
What did you come from Kathmandu or something?
2,420 miles, Bridget.
Hi.
2,420 miles. 2,420 miles.
So what?
So, I missed you. I missed you more than I've ever missed anything in my entire life. I was just,
Look, we keep trying to win.
I kept thinking about you when I was driving here. I couldn't stop thinking about you. I kept thinking about you. Sometimes it's just a heartbeat.
Which part?
Your neck.
My neck?
Yeah, I was thinking about all of you, but your neck kept coming up. I kept crying about your neck.
Crying.
Yeah, like weeping, like uncontrollably. Like I would just start and stop for miles. Like I couldn't stop.
Was this before or after your little fling with the countess?
There
Get
was-
off!
There was no fling with any countess.
Yeah? You're a fucking liar!
We went out to dinner once, once,
What?
twice, but
You're bumping her on a regular basis and you don't want to do that shit. You were bumping her on a regular basis, weren't you? You were having sex with her? Huh?
you can believe
Huh?
you can believe whatever you want
I
to
don't
believe.
believe the truth because it is way less confusing.
I'm taking you back.
You are unbelievable. Unbelievable. Genuinely so unbelievable, Santi. You are unbelievable.
Lime,
I'm not letting you go.
I'm not letting you go.
You never had a hold of me. How many times have you done this to me?
What?
Suckered me into some dumb little fantasy and then dropped me like a hot rock. How many times has that happened?
It's no fantasy.
It's all a fantasy. It's all a fantasy.
I never dropped you either.
What? You just disappeared?
I left you all those magazines. I left you a big stack of those fashion magazines, the French kind that you like.
What do you think it's like sitting in this trailer for weeks on end with the wind dripping through it? What do you think that's like? Thrilling or something?
What
Do you
want?
think that's thrilling?
I left you all those magazines, a big stack of French kind.
What magazines?
Is it worth it?
The French kind that you like.
Yeah. And I really especially liked the one with you and the Countess on the cover. That was so cute. That was so cute. Looked really good. All right, what? Where are you going?
Let me get my stuff.
What, are you moving in or something?
I thought I'd stay the night.
Are you kidding?
You want me to leave?
Wait. Don't.
Pause. Okay. Okay. Is everybody okay back there? Okay. So, couple things. Bridget, for me, the doorography really dropped us in to some not pretending, some truthfulness right from the start. From the start. Santi, for me, your real cross out of the door did the same thing, right? And so these are moments where you guys are testing each other's limits in real time and letting your impulse lead you into tactics that the other person cannot not receive. Does that make sense? Where the energy must be fundamentally changed because of the extent, right, of how much you are playing through the tactic to actually change the other person. And I think, though this is not for teaching, that's a good moment to track when I'm talking about playing the tactic all the way through. If you can quiet the judgment of what's sensible or not, because in no world is smashing someone's head in a door a sensible greeting. I just want to say that, yeah? So, because you were denying what that was and really wrote into the seeing him at the door and the audacity of him showing up really felt present and real, right? And not because of how you felt when you were doing this, but because of the way that you responded to him. Okay. Does that make sense? So this is really working. Bridget, my note to you is you've got to similarly, as my note to Margot, like you've gotta. There's a line between like landing and being petty.
Okay.
And there's some things that he does that I think deserves a petty response, but I don't want you to ever lose what your hook is into him, like why him leaving and what the weight is loaded with. I believe that you have crafted something because the no's and the waits, the ones that are actually not you sort of calling BS on his BS, right? Like, I believe that there's some like gravity or something connected to it. I need to make sure that that continues to drive throughout the entire scene, no matter what tactic you're playing.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Let me clear it up.
Yeah.
There are times right now in this past that you go between like punishing and petty tactics.
Like degrading.
Yeah. There are some that is deserved. Yes, I think so, because of the BS that he starts to throw you, right? But there are others that I just want to make sure that there's something that is connecting your impulses to like still needing him in the space. And I don't want you to act it or play it. I just don't ever want you to forget it. Does that make sense? And I don't know if it's gonna show up any different, but it's just me as acting teacher going, let's not forget this one element of like why truthfully
I
you
want
need him to stay.
Right,
Exactly.
because I kind of felt like it was bullshit when I was like, don't go.
But yeah, it was also
Like, I
bullshit.
do want you to go.
Yeah, like for me the best was you want me to go? No. And I can't believe you didn't call BS on that. Only because that didn't sound like a welcome at all. Do you know what I'm saying?
Would that be bending of the text or?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my note of saying, great job at honoring what you were feeling and not trying to lean into acting the no, which is a note from last time that we are moving through. Yay. Does that make sense? So I do believe it takes a lot of courage to actually just say the line with what you're feeling. Does that make sense? The reason why I'm interested in sort of like you making sure there's a hook is because right now a lot of your pivots are based in punishing, right?
Okay.
Some of it is warranted. There are moments though when you are the initiator because he's won, and I want to make sure that you know what's driving those tactics.
Okay.
Which I think is giving me a reason to believe you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Like I want to believe.
Yes, right? Like, can you just give me a reason? Because I think that is going to do two things. It's going to give you more inspiration and motivation to stick with whether it's landing or not. And then when you read the BS, it's going to hurt more.
Okay.
Because you actually are not asking for much. Just one honest thing. Just one does that make sense? And that's the part that I think you're gonna get more heart-centered activation from, right? That's just gonna swing more dynamics into the scene.
Okay.
Yeah. Do not let off though, same thing, of calling him on his BS.
Okay. So those two, I think I need to find like the desperation of needing him.
Yes. I agree. So that you can swing more.
Yes.
Right? And swinging, friends, is a good thing, right? Swinging is what you're talking about, arguing about, like, oh my God, I got the activity. And swinging is dramatic conflict, the embodiment of dramatic conflict, right? Because internally, you are forced to make decisions at every time. Yeah? I'm going to give you a note similar to that I gave Helena. You hide, and it's whack. And I'm going to tell you, when you walked out of this door and you came back in, what do you want? That was Santi in full body engagement where your body was activated. It was all in line with your impulses and your need and desire to get something real. Does that make sense? And when you're in that place, it is money because it is true and it is honest. But I'm going to tell you the thing, though, that is the trap. Is when you get in here and get into lover boy, cliche lover boy, because let me tell you something. That you can book, Santi, a great rom-com, like teenage film, and we never hear from you again. But the Santi that comes back in the door has longevity. Right? That's the actor that can move through that phase and then continue to grow into a Brad Pitt, or does that make sense? Like leading man energy who who can sustain the cute sort of like teenage heartthrob effect. And you've got to, because when you get into that heartthrob stuff, for me, that is hiding. And it's when you back into sort of like a cliche version of charm. You could have really landed some things with the neckline, but you backed out of the intimacy to be comfortable in the charm.
I love that.
Yes. Also, let me help you with some movement. So if she's here on the bench, right? The sit next to her was great. You've got this angle to play. Yeah, but you also have the mirror to play. I miss this part of your neck. So does that make sense? You have that, right? And not to like the, well, thank you. My boyish charm. But that was kind of corny, but your version of it, no, I mean, it was like, but what if you really needed to land it and you could use it? Does that make sense? You could also, this is also a good playing space in the cross. Oh, did I drop something?
No.
Okay. Does that make sense? I'll give you this for a minute. Does that make sense? The chair pull-up is nice. If you need him to get out of that chair and you can't move him,
thought I would be able to.
then great. Well, then it's like,
I was just like.
yeah, because you did that a couple of times with these vocalises friends, that vocalises can serve. Meaning you're like, if you don't have a line and you write and you can do the same thing. Great. That's an old Martin from Martin's sitcom. That's an old Martin tactic. But it's like, and then he gets up and you're like,
Oh,
does that make sense? Yeah.
For sure.
I also want this, hey Santi, the move on the bed, also really good. We need to have this bed on an angle so it doesn't. Well, if the bed is this way, when you bring her to sit, you bring her here and you sit here. Does that make sense? Or you can actually even come here if it's on an angle.
I see.
And then you create a new picture. Does that make sense? That was a nice impetus. I go, why don't you take off your shoes? Why don't you really play the tactic all the way through? Does that make sense? Because I think that, because right now you sort of like play at it, right? It was successful. Can you lean into it and really make her comfortable? And also, this is a bed. This is a bed. Okay, great. That's all I had to say. That's what I had to say because I don't know if you have zeroed in on Bridget's weaknesses and if you're really using them, right? And that, Santi, is real charm. Does that make sense? That's charm. That's Oscar-winning charm, not boy teenage love charm, right? When you're actually charming Bridget, right? And that means you've got to have a list of yourself of things that you know she cannot deny, right? And that's not a weird thing for the characters that you have, right? Because there is something that in the scene that that you really need. So there must be something that's undeniable, but right now I think you're on the surface and not digging into what's undeniable, right? And it's the same note that I'm gonna give you for Erica. Does that make sense? Yeah. Also, like the shirt tactic, that felt right. Do you know what I mean? And it's that's a good sort of like impulse-based move to make yourself at home as a continuation of I'm leaving. Does that make sense? If you give me this hook, I think we'll get more push and pull where those no's will find even more desperation in them. Okay?
Yeah.
Great. So I need you to walk this back.
Yeah.
To check the blocking. I would love for us to.
Richard, did you get a picture? I didn't.
Okay. Things that were working. Bedography, chairography, right? The moments here could be more dynamic. Okay. And also all that door business.
Okay.
Right? Friends. I know, well, I don't have a clock, so I don't know, but, okay, great. So listen, for bi-week, I will be giving you guys a list of things, of projects that I need to have done. Some of it is going to be you guys taking a moment to go back to connecting to intentions. I now have my lovely intention board. So I'm going to have a space where you guys can come and write your own intentions across our little whiteboard so that we can keep them. Other things, friends, that I really need you to do is I need you to spend one day living in the point of view of your character. Yes, where you engage with everything in your world from the POV of how your character sees the world, and I need you to journal after that day. Does that make sense? You can BS it and journal some random stuff for me, but I promise you, I think most of you need to live a day with that perspective so that it's going to inform how you sit, it's going to inform how you deal with your clothes, it's going to, right? Because I think we're expecting it to magically take place here, and or it's a request that I want you to ask, when really I don't want you to try it here. I want it to be second nature, right? This is also like this idea of how we bring in animal work and etc. Does that make sense? I will give you like a list of these assignments so you have them, right? So just know that this stuff is coming down the pipe. I also am going to use some evening time during the bi-week to continue blocking rehearsals. For those people that have already blocked with me, I have assigned TAs, like different plays. So their job is to work with you on the bi-week to finalize some impulse-based blocking so that when you come back the next week and you're rehearsing with me, you're rehearsing full things, and I'm just doing that. Does that make sense? Thank you for your work today, my friends. Thank you. Everybody is coming along in the process in the right way. And if you can see, everybody has different things that they're working on. And so I hope that is not a death sentence and more of like some inspiration just around the fact that everybody's growing in completely different ways. Okay, great. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. What do you stop kids? Jasper, I think Spike Hills too. Thank you. Yeah. I think Jackson is doing Fool for Love and Jitney, which doesn't matter here. Aaliyah's doing Glass Menagerie and Children's Hour. And she's got one more. Oh, and she's doing Angels with Harper and Joe.